Brother G World 7_D. Now I really wasn't going to entertain this, but this stupid idiot keep coming into my YouTube page and keep talking about how the earth is flat. I said this before. You should not have graduated out of, I said it's 6th and the 5th grade, but you should not have graduated out of the 3rd grade if you don't believe that the earth is round. That is asinine and ridiculous, and we can't go with that, man. And what I'm going to do is talk about this real quick, and I'm going to show you some quick examples to prove that the earth is round. And it is impossible to be flat. Alright? I'm going to turn, let's see, I'm going to turn to this page right here. Alright, it's called the earth structure. Alright, okay, the earth structure, if I can get it clear. Okay, the earth is made up of concentric shells of different kinds of material. Immediately beneath us is the crust. Below that is the mantle. And at the center of the globe is the core. Knowledge of the internal structure of Earth is the key to an understanding of the substance of Earth and appreciation of the forces at work, not only deep in the center of the planet, but also affecting the formation of surface features and large-scale landscapes. The workings of all these elements are inextricably linked. All right? And this is part of, you see that part that's Africa right there, and into Northeast Africa or Southwestern Asia. All right? I'm going to skip part of the core, and I'm going to go over part 2 and go to Earth's moving crust. Alright? Earth's moving crust. I'm going to put it on there. Okay, let me get closer. Okay. The top layer of the Earth is known as the lithosphere, and it is composed of the crust and the uppermost mantle. It is divided into 6 major rigid plates and several smaller platelets that move relative to each other, driven by movements that lie deep in the Earth's liquid mantle. The plate boundaries correspond to the zones of earthquakes and the sites of active volcanoes. The concept of plate tectonics, that the Earth's crust is mobile despite being rigid, emerged in the 1960s and helped to confirm the early 20th century theory of continental drift proposed by Alfred Wegener. And I have his book, because I think it's Continents and Supercontinents. I have the edition where the book is red. If I can find it, I will show that book to you. But that book is called Continents and Supercontinents. It's a good book, and it talks about plate tectonics. All right. Now I want you to look at. These are the continents connected together. This is what a lot of you know as Pangea. All right. Now you had Rodina, you had Colombia, and you had Pangea, and there was more than that, but those are the ones that I know off the dome. I don't believe no life was on Rodina. All right. I gotta go back and do some more research on that, but I don't think no life was on Rodina. You know, because the continents are on different plates, so they shift and move at different times. Through the millennium, all right. So they shift and move these different places. They move about and shift. Pangea, like I said, was the last of the supercontinents. Once Pangea broke up, you had the northern part, which I want to say is called Eurasia or Laurasia, and the southern part was called Gondwanaland. All right, that was the southern tip. That was where that's like at the equator and going south. All right, now I'm gonna show you. Now you see all these continents are connected together. Now if this was if the earth was flat, everything would just be going up. There'll be no north tip or no southern tip. There'll be no north south. It'll just be right here, center and up. The earth was round because you have a northern tip and you got a deep southern tip. All right. And the earth, and to also explain how the earth is round, is once these continents start to break apart, and this is say, I'm just going to go with around 180 million years ago, whatever. As these continents start breaking apart, they start opening up different river streams. Remember, when they're connected together, they block off everything. But once they open up, they start opening up various different river streams, different oceans. So I'm gonna read this right here, and this is at the 180 million years mark. Let me get it. 180 million years ago, Pangea splits up. The northern block of the continents, Laurasia, drifts northwards, and the southern block, Gondwanaland, begins to break up. India separates, and South America/Africa block divides from Australia, Antarctica. New ocean floor is created between the continents. I repeat, new ocean floor is created between the continents. As they start splitting up, you have very new oceans being created. Before that, they weren't there because the continents were together, blocking it. But when they open up, new ocean streams started to open up. All right, here we go with read another one, if I can get it clear. Shoot, I hate when it does this. Here we go, 65 million years ago. If I get it clear, sometimes it takes a while, but don't worry. Madagascar has split from Africa, and the Tethys Sea has closed. With the Mediterranean Sea opening behind it, the South Atlantic Ocean has opened up considerably. But Australia is still joined to Antarctica, and India is about to collide with Asia. Okay, this is Africa. God dog. And this is South America. Remember, these two were connected. Remember, South America was connected to Africa. Then right here is still sort of connected, but it's breaking off. You see a little breakage right here. That's why I said that this was connected a little bit longer than what these scientists are saying, because this was Upper Egypt and this is Lower Egypt. South America was Upper Egypt and Lower Egypt, and they used to be able to cross over because it was the waterway wasn't as long. But then later on, as it got longer, they had to sail by boat. All right, and notice the southern tip. It's just a little bit flatness at each tip, the south and north, but a little bit flatness, just a little bit flatness, but it's still round. It's still a spear. All right. And this is supposedly present day. All right, present day. The present day, let me get it focused. Present day, India has completed its northward migration and collided with Asia. Australia has set itself free from Antarctica, and North America has freed itself from Eurasia to leave Greenland between them. During the past 65 million years, a relatively short geological span of time, nearly half of the present-day ocean floor has been created. Like I said before, a lot of these oceans were created with the separation of these continents. Right? Remember, I started off with Pangea, then I went where the northern part was Laurasia, and the southern part, Gondwanaland. And then from there, it started to break up even more. Now, I'm showing it right here. Now, I'm going to show you. Here's a book I have. It's mainly dealing with the wildlife of Gondwanaland, but I want to show you a particular page, and if I can find it, man, that I want to. You're talking about continents adrift, all right? These continents have been drifting in and out for millions of years, man. And breaking apart and coming together. They're on little plates, all right? This is the present. And see, remember, once you go back further, like I said, here's is Gondwanaland, and that's the southern part. And I'm going back to the present. Here's the present. Right now, I got my globe, and I wish it had it a different color, man. But I had original color for my father's one, but I got this one. So I got this one. This is a good color, all right? This is the darker color. Sometimes I just want to get it because it matched my color, the copper color. But not for real. But let me go. Here we go to Africa. All right. Here's Africa. Let me get a good picture of the little globe of Africa, right? Notice, like I said, the earth is round. Alright, because you have your northern tip up here, and you have your southern tip going down here. Now, if it was flat, you would not have a north and a south like that. Flat would just be east and west. Plus, you would not also have an equator, where the equator is going through, you see parts of Africa and the northern part of South America. You would not have an equator if the earth was just flat. Also, here you have the Americas, right? Here in America, here's the northern tip, and as you go further north, it gets colder. South gets warm, but here you have the northern tip. And then here you have, as they broke apart, here you have Australia. So if you're going to take a plane, and let's say you want to fly, you're going to fly from where I'm at, Chicago, and you're going to fly south. Right? South to Australia. You're going to fly south to Australia. Now, like I say, if the world was flat, you would not be flying, you would not be going south like this, going below the equator. Alright? You would just be, because it's a flat, be just right here, then going up. By the world being round, you see that you have America here. When you fly to Australia, you're going south and you're going below the equator. You also, when you go to New Zealand too, you're going below the equator. Alright? So, here's Australia. And you have the Pacific Islands right here. Remember, a lot of these islands are below the equator. Alright? And then you want to fly, go back. You say you want to go back to the States, you got to go, you go north of the equator. The equator is separating the north and the south. Right? If the world was flat, there will be no north and south. There'll be no north and south equator. You're going south, southwest when you fly into Australia. Alright? And then when you come from Australia to the US, you're going northeast. Alright, so it's impossible for the earth to be flat. Because if it was flat, you say everything would just be going up north. There'll just be an east or west, but there wouldn't be a north and a south if the world was flat. And Australia, like I said, is below the equator. And you're not falling off the earth. That's the most asinine, dumbass stuff I'm hearing, because the earth is rotating. And right now, since we're heading to spring, Africa may be heading into fall. Correct me if I'm wrong there on the page, brothers and sisters, but when we're in one season, they're in another season. And that lots of times it's the sun rotating in its position towards the sun. That's why daylight is getting longer now, because the position of the sun is more stronger at this point in time in the year than it is during the winter time. So like I said, this is below the equator. And this is the equator. And this is above the equator. So there's no way in hell the earth is flat. Okay, you gotta stop saying that. That's asinine. That's dumb. I'm be honest with you. That doesn't make any sense. The earth is not flat. The earth is more of a globe. Alright? So you have Australia, which is south of the equator. Remember, a flat earth would just be flat like this. Alright? The flat earth would just be flat. There'll be no north and south. It's just flat. When there's a globe, is a big orb or a circle, you have a north and a south. Because the equator is the middle. And Australia is south of the equator. Alright, so I'm hoping I'm explaining this well. And if you want me to do another one, I'll do another one. But this is my map. See, part of South America, well, a large number is below the equator. That's why it's generally warm. As you go closer north of the equator, the weather temperatures can get even not as warm. Particularly the winters can be brutally cold, particularly in Canada, man. And in Canada, I know most of the population in the southern part of Canada. When you get to the northern part of Canada, it's basically uninhabitable, man. It's so damn cold, man, all that forest. But basically, like I said, the population in Canada is south. And here's the United States. And Mexico. And here's South America. Remember, Here's Colombia. A piece of Colombia goes south of the equator. Then you have the ancient land of Peru, which is now Peru. You have Bolivia. You have Brazil. Oh, notice Brazil is south of the equator. So when you go from the United States to the Brazil, you're going south of the equator. You're going south of the equator. For the most part in Brazil. There's part of Brazil that may not be south of the equator, but you're going south of the equator. If this world was flat, there'll be no divide, there'll be no equator. Alright? It'll just be a flat level. And it's just one level. By it being a globe, there's multiple levels. There's two levels. Not only there's the east and the west, but there's also a north and a south. Being flat is not going to be a north and a south. Like this equator has the middle line, the demarcation, the middle, all right? And then when the continents started to break apart, like I said, it created new oceans, new river beds to travel to, new river streams to travel within, okay? So, and as these continents started, like I said, break apart and head towards the equator, they're going, some of them may have been right here, the center, and then they just broke away and went further south, like Australia. All right. So there's nowhere in hell the Earth can be flat. It's a globe. So I always tag racist white scholarship, but when it comes to the Earth being round, our ancestors knew that. Some of them might have not known that, but a large number of them did. I showed you when you look at a lot of those black rulers in Europe, they had a round orb in their hand. That orb, with maybe a cross up in there, represent the rulership of the world. All right, and you see the Egyptians with the ball in their hand. That represents the rulership of the Egypt in Africa and the Egypt in America. So let's stop this mess saying that the Earth is flat. The Earth is not flat. The Earth is round. All right, this is third grade stuff I'm teaching you, man. This is natural physics. Do not do that. Please stop that. Please stop that. There's Negroes on YouTube who continue to push that damn lie. Or you fall off the Earth if the Earth is round. That's the most dumbest stuff I ever heard, man. Don't listen to these clowns on YouTube teach you that the Earth is flat. That is wrong information. And I know the guy may be trolling me, maybe just a stupid white troll, or maybe just an ignorant Negro who believes what these white folks are telling him, man. But I'm telling you now, I'm not going to talk about this no more. And I'm not going to entertain this no more. I'm going to just delete idiots who make stupid-ass statements from now on. The Earth is a round orb. The Earth is not flat. The Earth is round. You have a north and a south. You have the North Pole and the South Pole. All right, the Earth is a round ball. Well, not totally circle, but it is round. All right, the Earth is not flat. Cut that mess out. All right, you have you want to play games like this? A white Santa Claus came here and a black Santa Claus came from the South. Okay, all right, but I'm serious, man. The Earth is round. I don't need to entertain this no more, and I'm not going to entertain this no more. I probably would talk about these tectonic plates even more in detail, how the drifting and shifting of tectonic plates. I got plenty of books dealing with tectonic plates and the continents. Remember, the Earth is mostly consisted of water. It's more liquid, water-based. And these plates have shifted in the water basin to different positions. They weren't just locked in one position. They shifted. So I'm letting you know this. That's probably the drying of the Sahara, probably because the Earth has particular rotation and its position to the sun over a particular time has dried up the Sahara area. All right. So that's why that area used to be wetlands, waterlands, where you seen different animals that once exist there and then it dried up. It's now a desert. Because it had lots to do with the Earth, not only its rotation, but its position to the sun. All right? The Earth is not flat. I repeat, the Earth is not flat. I'm going to say this again. The Earth is not flat. Cut that mess out. That is ignorant. All right, I'm serious, brothers and sisters. That is third grade education. The earth is not flat. Peace and love.